2 or 3 did, not very many. So I explained that a Spoonerism is a mistake in words where the first consonant or the first syllable of one word goes on the first of the second word. You switch them. And then I said that when our daughter was a little girl, I had rollers that I put in her hair. They were aluminum. And the neighbor boy across the street always said to her, you got tin cans in your hair again. And it would make her so upset. And she'd say, don't call them tin cans.
Oh.
Was that Emily?
That was you.
What?
Uh-huh. And so then I used another example or so. Then I told them that I was going to tell them a story from their childhood. And I said, I think you probably all know the story of the 3 little pigs. And so then I started out. Once upon a time there were Pee Little Thrigs, and they lived with their Pama Mig and their Patty Dig in a hill house by the wedge of the woods. One day the Pama Mig said to the Patty Dig, Piddleigs, it's time for you to go out into the big wide world and learn your own living. So the Pee Little Thrigs started stout. The Purse Little Fig was walking down the road, and he met a man with a strundle of baw. And he said, Mind can, would you give me your strundle of baw to heal the bouse? And the man said, of course, Piddlig, I'll give you my strundle of baw. So the Purse Little Fig had hoss strauss. The Peckin' Little Fig was walking down the road, and he met a man with a bundle of twigs. And he said, Mind can, would you give me your twundle of bigs to heal the bouse? And the man said, of course, Piddlig, I'll give you my twundle of bigs. So the Peckin' Little Fig had a hig trouss. The Purd Little Fig was walking down the road, and he met a man. It's okay to laugh. He met a man with a brood of licks. And he said, Mind can, would you give me your brood of licks to heal the bouse? And the man said, sure, Piddlig, I'll give you my brood of licks. And so the Purd Little Fig had a hick browse. Well, the next day, the big wad wolf came out of the forest. He walked up to the hoss strauss where the Purse Little Fig lived, and he ducked on the knoll and he says, Piddlig, cut me, low man. And the Piddlig said, oh, no, not by the chair. I'm not hen, never will I ever cat you, low man. And so the big wad wolf said, Piddlig, if you don't dope in the yarn and cat me, low man, I'm going to huff, and I'm going to puff, and I'm going to hoe your blouse in. Well, the Piddlig would not dope in the yarn. So the big wad wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he hoo the blouse in. But the Purse Little Fig ran away to the forest. This upset the big wad wolf, and so he went to the hig troughs where the Peckin' Little Fig lived. Walked up to the house, and he docked on the knoll, and he said, Piddlig, cat me, low man. And the Piddlig says, oh, no, not by the chair. I'm not hen, never would I ever cat you, low man. And so the big wad wolf said, Piddlig, if you don't dope in the yarn and cat me, low man, I'm going to huff, and I'm going to puff, and I'm going to hoe your blouse in. And the Peckin' Little Fig would not dope in the yarn. So the big wad wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he hoo the blouse in. But the Peckin' Little Fig got away. So then he went to the Purd Little Fig's house, and he docked on the knoll, and he said, Piddlig, cat me, low man. And the Piddlig says, oh, no, not by the chair. My never will I ever cat you, low man. And the big wad wolf said, Piddlig, if you don't dope in the yarn and cat me, low man, I'm going to huff, and I'm going to puff, and I'm going to hoe your blouse in. So the Piddlig said, oh, no, not by the chair. My never will I ever cat you, low man. And so the big wad wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, but he couldn't hoe the blouse in. This made him very unhappy, so he said, Piddlig, if if you don't dope in the oar and get me lum in, I'm going to hime up on your clouse, chide down your slimney, and eat you alive. And Pidleg would not dope in the oar. So the big wad wolf himed up on the clouse, and just as he was about to chide down the slimney, the purr little thing put a pot of boiling water in the fireplace. The big wad wolf fell in, and that was the end of the big wad wolf. Yay!